Hey guys, it's Katie Backa. I'm part of the pro staff for Old Town, and I wanted to go over some of the necessities that you need to have a great time out on the water. So for every fishing kayak out there, the absolute must-haves, whether you have a motor or pedals, is a paddle. And one thing that's always important to remember is to clip your paddle to your boat, because these things can slip off and disappear and you will never hear it happen. The next very important thing for your boat, you're going to want to have a good net, either one that floats or add a float to it, especially when it's windy. These are very easy to fly off the front of your boat. I do tend to keep mine right on my bow. That way it's easy to grab it whenever I hook up a fish, rather than keeping it behind me and it catching anything. Another great thing to have, obviously, is a tackle crate. You do want to make sure that you secure this to your boat somehow. Personally, I have carabiners on everything. If I turn this boat over, I do not want to lose the amount of tackle that is in this box. But to that point, it's not a bad idea to keep tackle boxes underneath of you as well, with some of your favorite stuff that you can grab on the fly, and it's kind of just like a mix-up of everything you've got in that big tackle crate. Because I'm a tournament angler, another great thing to have on board is a good measuring board. This one in particular is made by Catch. It is the old style, very heavy board. It's also good for beating something to death should the situation arise. Now, if you want to get more fancy, stuff like high-end electronics are fantastic to have if you can read them. They're a great tool to use while you're on the water, but I would say try not to become a video game fisherman, because then that just takes all the fun out of it. Another thing I have on my boat is a lot of lighting. I have side lighting, I have spotlights in the front, and I actually have interior lights that shine red inside of my boat for when it's dark out. And the reason I chose red in particular, it'll keep the bugs away from you. Now, another thing, this is where it starts to get into the nitty-gritty. These are basic things that everybody should have on their boat to keep the sun off your face, to make sure your lips aren't going to burn, and really basic stuff like Band-Aids and Advil are always a big help. And backup pieces, extra screws, extra washers, extra electrical tape, even down to grease and oil, just in case. A whole bunch of hooks that are very, very dry. For all you aspiring influencers out there, your GoPros, you can seal the ports on them with wax for your ears. And it's a really easy way to keep your ports closed and not destroy them at the same time. Extra prop nuts. A multi-tool is a very big must-have. And something that you hope to never need, but is always a great idea to have on you in case you're alone and can't do a braid trick to remove a treble hook, is a pair of cutters. And you want to make sure they are brand new and very sharp, because when you have to use them, you do not want to have to mess around with them repeatedly. It really sucks. For more tips and tricks, make sure you follow Old Town Social or visit oldtownwatercraft.com.